All right, so the first thing you've got to do in order to do field repair on your chain is to actually have a repair kit. A lot of people just carry a pair of master links. Used, new, it really doesn't matter as long as they're the correct speed. In this case, these are 11-speed SRAM links. This is great if you've only damaged an outer link on your chain. But oftentimes that's not where the damage is. So I always recommend carrying a second pair. This is the KMC DLC Master Link, so it's got that black coating. Anyway, KMC, acceptable chains. And these are both used Master Links. Again, I don't need to spend money on brand new Master Links for a repair kit that I may not use. And then I like to have a section of the chain that I'm using. In this case, another 11-speed chain. Now this is a Shimano 11-speed chain, and it works just fine if I need to plug it in to a SRAM chain. And so I like to carry about this length just in case the overlapping links associated with the damage is kind of extensive. So this gives me some flexibility in how I can make my repair. And once you have your parts, you also need a tool. Here's an example. This is an old Master Link. What's really cool about this one is you can take your multi-tool that's 5mm, and you've got a really exceptional chain tool with some good grip. You can see that. So I really do like this style. You know, notice the rust. This thing is well traveled. It's a Pedro's. I'm not even sure if they still make this. So that one's great. I also like this. Instead of a 5mm, it uses the 4mm. And this is the Crank Brothers, probably the only good thing they make. And this requires the 4mm, so I pop that up from here. And this I like even better because it's got such a great handle. Most chain breakers don't have a big enough handle for good use in the field. So this is really nice. And this is probably the one I'll use in the demonstration. So I'll set that aside here. And in order to properly set my Master Links, I like to have this cool little tool. This is the Wolf Tooth Master Link pliers. It is a multi-tool itself. It has a spare chainring bolt in the center, 2 Master Links. Now these are fresh 11-speed SRAM links, and they've never been used. It's got a little tire lever, and then this is actually a valve core tightener. So if you carry spare valve cores, that might also be a useful tool for you. It's just enough to get it loose so you can pull the other one out and then tighten the other one in. So I'll show you how I use that in this repair. Now, I'm not going to get into routing the chain through your derailleur or anything like that. We're going to isolate the bent link in this case. Sometimes it's going to be a broken link, and sometimes you're going to need to identify if the chain is long enough, which we're not really going to get into in this demonstration. This is just to repair the section of chain and put back the links that you take out in order to have a fully functional drivetrain, not just a Band-Aid to ride down the hill and get home. So you can continue your 27 or 30-mile ride. So what I'm going to do is just slowly inspect my chain. And look for damage. Now this is an old chain I've taken out of my repair bin, or I kept after it was toast. And I use it for these demonstrations. And as it gets shorter and shorter, it becomes easier and easier to look at replacing it with another chain. So there's my bent link or twisted link. This is not going to shift well or do anything. It probably will not stay on a narrow, wide, or 1 by whatever chain ring. So this will derail. This is a problem. So we need to get rid of that. Now we see that it also, a chain pin fell out here. This is going to be part of the demo. Chain pin fell out. Got 1 link, then 2 links on the inner plate, outer plate, 3 links, and the damaged one is the 4th link. And then in order to do a good repair on this in the field, we want to replace this outer link with a master link as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this section of chain. We're going to replace this one with a master link and this one with a master link. So we're going to cut this out. So I have my kit. And I'm not doing this in the field because it's so much easier to film here, but this is essentially the same thing. You're probably going to be doing this in the dirt. Doesn't matter. Chains exist in the dirt. Get ready for that. The whole bike exists in the dirt. So let's pop this. Check out the leverage I've got. It's so nice to be able to pop a link with a good chain tool. See that? See this little silver ring down there? That was actually the edge of the pin popping off, and that was that snap you heard. The edge of the pin is mushroomed out in order to keep the chain in good operating order without the chain pins falling out. Now, if you have recycled a chain pin, that is not there. If you have a Shimano chain, chances are you have the option of using a replaceable pin, but you still want to have 2 pins and a section of chain to do the same repair. So, you know what I did? I popped out the wrong link. I only have 4 here. I need 5. But there's my damaged one. So I'm going to pop another pin here so that I can connect my master link instead of this guy. Now, if you're in the field, you can do this while the chain is on the bike, and that is totally fine. I actually carry a little bent spoke. Some people call it a chain tie. It is a bent spoke in my world. It allows you to keep a little bit of tension on the chain while you operate, and I'll show you that here in a second. So here's all my bits. Gonna get the little bits out. There's that mushroomed piece of metal. You can see that. Now it just becomes a flake and it can stab you. So just be wary, those hurt. So if it's on the bike, I like to operate or work on the chain, on the lower part between the chainring and the derailleur cage. So what I'll do is I'll give it some tension or some slack, deactivate your clutch or kick your cage forward if you got a SRAM derailleur, and create this. This gives you the ability to put tension on the chain and still have slack to work on it. And that can be really handy. So bent spoke, I charge $50 for these. No, I'm just kidding. I don't sell these. Go to a bike shop and see if you can get an old spoke, cut it and bend it, and make it look like that. That's a good thing to have in your repair kit. All right, so I know that I need to replace 5 links. 2 of those links are going to be master links. So here's my spare. I'm going to cut out a section so I can use this tool. And yeah, I'm good. This tool is good. So here's my link that I need. I set the other stuff apart that I don't need. I'm going to let my little excess metal fall off here. If you lose that in the dirt, that's probably okay. It's metal, steel. It's going to disappear within a matter of years. And that's all I'm going to need this tool for. So what I want to do, this is a Shimano chain. Now let's talk about Shimano chains for a second. The Shimano chain is directional. That plate needs to match the side with the plates. The printed or embossed or whatever needs to be on the same side. So make sure when you're installing that it matches, because on the opposite side, you'll notice it's blank. And the opposite side is still blank on the spare. And that is because they wanted to be able to make it easy to orient your chain for installation. As you're installing these chains with Shimano 10, 11, 12, all those speeds, the logo needs to face you, the mechanic. And the other part of this is, if you're working on the bottom of the chain, or the bottom of the drivetrain between the chainring and the derailleur, you need to make sure these arrows match up, such as this SRAM 11-speed arrow matches up with the direction of the chain travel as it's facing you. So this one, I'm going to say the chain ring's over here, and the derailleur's over here. So I'm looking at this upside so I'm looking at this head on for you. And I need to find the matching SRAM link. So I'm going to put that on the back side. The direction of travel is this way from chainring to derailleur. And start to press that together. This is where this is really nice, especially if you have your bike gloves on. You can actually fully snap this into place. Oh, the beauty of having to use one. It wasn't too hard, it wasn't too easy, but the fit is pretty good. It'll get you out of the jam. It might cause a little mischief here and there. It's a little stiff because it is a SRAM master link with a Shimano chain, but it's already getting smoother. Might be just a little stuff in there. Now, do the same thing, and just for consistency's sake, I'm going to make sure your chain is properly routed through your system, go in the proper direction. Let's make this repair a done deal. So you can pull it, and you can actually cycle this one through to the top of the drivetrain between the chainring and the cassette, and just use the pedals to tension it and snap it into place. Or you can do the same thing, use your tool, and snap this into place. That is a fully functional, full-length chain that has been properly repaired, and you can continue to use this until the chain wears out. This is a functional repair. It is not a band-aid fix. It is something you can do in the field. I've done it myself on the White Rim Trail at mile 52, and continued in a full use of all of my gears. I was on a 2x10 drivetrain. Okay, that's it. So just to recap, we repaired this chain using a full length of link to replace the damaged links. So in this case, the damaged links plus the master links equaled 5 links. So there we go. That's all you need. And master link pliers from Wolf Tooth, and whatever this tool is called from whatever this company is. And if you're really going for it, this little spoke as a chain ring or a chain tie if you want to. And that is basically my repair kit plus my length of chain. I do like to have about 7 links ending with the inner links. So just keep that in mind. All right, chain ring repair in the field.